Yeah, of course you missed his birth. Do you have any idea how many months you've been gone? That explains why your tummy's flat again. I swear, do Saiyan men have anything resembling emotions? The little guys in the incubator back there. Think you can help me pick a name? What's wrong now? You've seen a baby before. Kakarot. We'll call him Kakarot. Kakarot? Sure, that's a fine name. Grow up big and strong, my little Kakarot. A lot of you guys asked me to discuss a fan theory that has been going wild through the Dragon Ball community as of late, and I'm here to give you guys my explanation for this theory and why I think there is pros for it and there most certainly are cons for it. And the theory is that Broly's mom is not a Saiyan. That is right, guys. I don't know if you have heard of this theory, but I've been getting hit up with this theory for the last week or so, and I want to address what my thoughts are on this topic. But before you continue, you already know the drill. If you have any idea whether this theory is correct or not correct, let me know in the comment section below, and then watch the entire video, see if you got it correct or not. But make sure you drop that comment. And as always, huge shout out to my supporters, my ground crew. You guys are awesome. Here every single video, liking, subscribing, hitting all notifications, sharing. You guys are fucking awesome. Let's begin. From what I can tell, this theory comes from a conversation that Goku has with Vegeta in the newest Dragon Ball Super manga chapter, and it goes a little something like this. Really? You needn't settle your duel? Nah, I wasn't fighting because I wanted to beat Gohan or anything. I'm just happy knowing how strong he's gotten. It gives me that much more to look forward to. Has Broly earned your high expectations as well? You could say that. From what I can tell, those two have something in common. Indeed, the notion of a beast certainly fits Broly as well. I'm hoping this will be just the inspiration he needs. So it's really this comment by Goku saying, from what I can tell, those two have something in common. And when fans got a hold of this information here, they literally went to the most obvious thing that they could possibly have in common due to their new transformations, because Broly's transformation and Beast Gohan's transformation are oddly similar, but there are huge differences. But there's something that Gohan has that Broly, as of right now, we don't know if he has it or not. And that is where the theory is coming from. And Gohan has a Saiyan father and an Earthling mother. He is a hybrid Saiyan, and that's something that we've known through the entirety of Dragon Ball up to this point, that hybrids are way stronger than full-blooded Saiyans, or at the very minimum, hybrids have way more potential than full-blooded Saiyans. So the thought of Broly's mother and her not being a Saiyan, it's something that is extremely interesting to even dive into, because as I researched and dove into interviews and tried to see exactly what the hell is going on, yeah, Broly's mom is literally never mentioned in the Dragon Ball Super mythos. The Dragon Ball Super manga literally has this as its DBS Broly. Envious of young Broly's power, King Vegeta had him exiled to a remote border planetoid. Send him to planetoid Vampa. Yes sir, for 41 years he and his father eked out meager lives. Mark my words, King Vegeta, I'll have my revenge. One day, Lemo and Chilai of Frieza's army found them by chance. No way, are you two really Saiyans? At long last, we're saved. It's been an eternity. Having joined with Frieza, the two Saiyans headed for Earth. And from there on, we get the fight between Broly and Goku and Vegeta. We get the death of Paragus. We get Gogeta almost killing Broly. And the very ending of the Dragon Ball Super Broly storyline, all in this chapter minimized. And really nothing's different from this to what we see in the actual movie. There's no mention of the mother at all. But in terms of this theory, there is one thing that people keep talking about from the DBS Broly movie, and that is this character right here, Neon. Neon is a Saiyan, but isn't a Saiyan like what we've seen from the past, and This Saiyan is unlike any Saiyan we've seen in the future, besides the ones that are hybrid, besides Trunks. This Saiyan has blue hair. And she's just not a character that's only in the movie. She's actually in the manga right there in the corner. She is something that is part of the canon for Dragon Ball. She is an important character. And she is unlike any other Saiyan. She is cool-headed. She is super smart. She loves technology. She is really interested in Broly's battle power and the legendary Super Saiyan theory / legend. She is literally unlike any Saiyan that we've seen up to this point. And so the thought process by people here is that she is an example of a hybrid Saiyan that Dragon Ball Super Broly is trying to show us, basically saying that Broly's mom could have been a hybrid before the Saiyans went to Earth, and the Saiyans basically made with other species that were not Saiyans. The Saiyans actually did business with a race called the Arcosians before the Frieza Force for technology and things like that, and then they did business with the Frieza Force. So they're not ones to really put their nose up against other races. They're not purists like that, as much as you would imagine that the Saiyans are purists like that and they wouldn't want to talk to anybody else. They're not like Viltrumites. They accept help from any other race. They don't really care about race like that. We also got to think of the fact that Bardock, upon seeing Granola's mom, he immediately thought of Guinea and then ended up helping her and saving her, or trying to at least. So Saiyans aren't at all adverse to other cultures, other races at all. They have a deep connection to their own race, but they see the value in others, and sometimes they see the resemblance, like Bardock did, to somebody they know from their own race. So this is something that they absolutely believe, and this is how they treat certain other races depending on their contracts. Usually a Saiyan would destroy Granola's mom and Granola, but you know, Bardock's not like that. But again, just the wider range of Saiyans definitely have cooperation with other races. But unfortunately, Neon's job actually falls into the hierarchy of the Saiyans. The Saiyans that have low battle power, the ones that are low class Saiyans, they are Saiyans that are essentially either laborers, scientists, butchers, things like that, not warriors. So it makes sense for someone like Neon to be a scientist because she has a low level, similar to the other scientists that are there as well. But here is something that I'm going to tell you guys that is really interesting, because even though Neon's job definitely fits the hierarchy of Saiyans, it doesn't explain her blue hair. And so I wanted to explain that here the best that I could. And I do believe that she is a hybrid, but not of a recent race. I do not believe up until Earth that the Saiyans were intermingling with other races, because the Saiyans are trying to make a warrior race. And that is part of the reason that King Vegeta ended up kicking Broly off the planet and sending him somewhere else, because his power was too unstable, and he also didn't want somebody else to be up there with his son at that level of power. Remember, the high-class warriors in that society were King Vegeta and his son Vegeta, basically his family bloodline. Having Broly up there was not something that he wanted to have. So I do believe that the Saiyans themselves, from all the information that we have, are very much purists in their bloodline up until Goku and Vegeta. But I do think that Neon is definitely a hybrid. As I stated earlier, she is a hybrid half Tuffle. And just look at the Tuffles themselves. She looks exactly like them. And at the same time, the Tuffles were eradicated by the Saiyans on their original planet, but there are Tuffle survivors told to us through different Dragon Ball media sources, and having her lineage date back to when, say, a Saiyan ended up hooking up with a Tuffle, and having that be the line makes a lot of sense why her hair is blue. At the same time, it also makes a lot of sense why she's so weak and very smart, because that is the bloodline that was pushed after that mating. So that's my headcanon on this, because it doesn't make any sense otherwise why she would be there with blue hair. But now that I've gone on my Neon rant, back to Broly's parentage, and I do believe it is possible in the past for there to be hybrids, and in the future with the Earthlings, but I do not believe we have enough evidence to say that Broly had a hybrid mom, or that the Saiyans were on a hybrid type of lifestyle up until that point. It seems like they were very much purist up until Earth. As far as the connection between Broly and Gohan, I believe because Gohan is literally a Saiyan with his full potential unlocked and he's an Earthling, Broly is just the equivalent of that, but as a pure-blooded Saiyan. He is the legendary Super Saiyan, or at least he has that legendary bloodline in him from the legend, and that is why he's got so much power and strength. So this theory is kind of debunked on Broly, but I do believe that on Neon, she absolutely is a hybrid. But let me know what you guys think of this theory, and if you got it right, it's going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content.